Okay, we're back here now, and as I stated, I finished the other carbon stack, so I've got them both in there, and both the retaining clips and the contacts have been installed. So we're all finished up now and ready to reassemble. And I'll give you some news on my cord. After the vinegar and drying and everything, it helped, but I could still smell the mildew. So I got fed up with it, and I just wiped it down with a solution of pure bleach. I wasn't sure what it would do to the cord, as far as discoloration or anything, but I wiped it all down real good and just left the bleach on there, and I took it out and laid it in the sun on my patio. 106 degrees today, so about 2.5 hours of that, and I think that smell is about 99% gone. So I can live with that, and I'm happy because I love that the cord is the mocha color. You can't buy them. Replacement cords are all black, and a lot of people don't care, but I like that if the original cord matches the machine like that, that I could recover it. But before I get started with the reassembly, I got my package delivered from Michael Lange, who if you watched the earlier video, I assisted him in troubleshooting and finding out that he had a defective foot pedal, and he's going to buy a replacement. He's going to go with an electronic, and then later in the day he emailed me and said, hey, would I like the old controller, because the rubber parts were good, and he said, maybe, you do the restorations, and maybe you can use this. And I said, oh, heck yeah. So he was kind enough to ship it to me, and not only that, he did it priority mail, if you can believe it. So a bit ago, the doorbell rang, and the postman said, sorry we're late, but we made the delivery. So I'm going to do an unboxing here, and we'll take a look at what a really bad foot pedal or controller looks like. I guess instead of an unboxing, I should call this an unenveloping. But let's see what's in here. There's some extra stuff. Wow, he even included the cord. Look at that. I thought maybe he would reuse this cord on his new foot pedal, but maybe he found one that comes with the right cord already on it and everything. So wasn't that great of him? So shout out to Michael Lange. That was very thoughtful and kind of you, sir. And it'll be good to show this in my video, and it'll be nice to have some spare parts. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, look at that. He put all these parts in oh, I like this. Oh, Michael, you really did it first class. Here's all the parts of the foot pedal. Here's the foot pedal itself. Let me get that out of here. Oh, I like these little containers. I got some place to keep my small parts instead of all jumbled up in a plastic cup. So, as you can see, this is, I don't know, that looks kind of gray to me, with a black base. Same thing, 0.7 amps. Same style, that looks familiar to you, right? And then a pretty dirty, beat up, somebody's done some work on this in the past. Wow. These rubber feet are even in better shape than the ones I'm working on. These are like new. Thank you, Michael. And as I discussed, you can see here that his controller also had these burnt carbon marks. There's all the screws, the button. Wow. Really nice fiber washers in great shape, all the screws and contacts. There's the end contacts and the retaining clips and associated screws with that. There's the center screw. Michael, that's terrific. Thank you so much. Now, let's take a look at this. I think he's got this taped here. See if I can. Will this unscrew by force? No. See if I can. I might have to take my gloves off here to get this. I want to show you what's left of the carbons. I think he probably trashed all the dust. But, you know, there was 102 thin carbons and 2 thick carbons. I'm going to have to take my gloves off here to get this tape off. I'm like a kid at Christmas, huh? Oh, this is going to be great to have these spare parts. Look at that, nice contacts, the screws. The body's in good shape. The resistor block, not so much here. Boy, it's really dusty, no wonder. If you go back to the coming soon video on this series, and you see that big pile of broken carbons and dust he found inside, you know, it wasn't just like a couple cracked carbons on each side or something. So, see if I can get this open now. There we go. It's got it protected so they don't bounce around and break. And here's what was left of 102 carbons. And see, that's how fragile these are. Look, there's broken pieces in here too. So more than 50% of his carbons were not only broken, but you see it was like a big pile of this dust and chunks and pieces. But there's wow, these are brittle. Look, I just tried to pick that one up and it broke. You have to be careful here. That one broke. I told him I didn't know what would cause that. I thought maybe it took a big power hit, a big power spike or something. But look, just picking these up, and here's one that's about a half. Now look, just look how, look, I'm very lightly touching that, you know, and it's just turning into powder. So the only thing I could think of was that foot pedal maybe took a power spike, a real hard power spike, or, as I'll show you during the adjustment part of this series, if the spring is adjusted too tight, a little bit of electricity leaks through, and even when the machine is not in use, if the plug is plugged into the wall, the foot pedal can get warm and even hot, which tells you that it's like over adjusted. So I'm wondering if that was the case and it just sat there for weeks or months or whatever with a small voltage going through it, and it just fried these, because I've never seen any carbons that are this fragile. You saw me moving around the others to dust them, and look, just barely. Yeah, I really think that this took a big power hit, is my best guess at that. Thinking of some of the telephone equipment that I worked on over my career, and seeing what lightning and power strikes and power surges, foreign voltage is what we called it. But look at all these cool parts he sent me. This is great, and even the cord, that's great. So if I have especially the 600 series are mostly gray, and if I got cracked or damaged cords, I may have a nice vintage cord to replace it. Yippee-i-o-ki-yay. Okay, let me clean this up, and I'll come back in another part here, and we will reassemble our foot controller. Okay? See you next time. Thanks for watching. Take care.